This lesson is about dot plots. The first thing we need to create a dot plot is to draw a horizontal axis. Just a straight line down our page. You can do this using a ruler like I am, or the edge of a binder, anything that's straight. Now, what goes along our axis depends on our data. Our first question that we're going to do today is, what is the favorite color of each student in our class? So that information looks like red, blue, purple. They're labels. So on the bottom of my axis, I'm going to write in those labels. First color I see is red. And then next color, and it needs to be equal distant away. Make sure each tick mark is about the same distance from each other. So next is blue. The next color I see is purple. And then pink. After that, I see pink again, but pink already has a label, so I'm not going to write pink twice. I'm going to skip over that second pink and go to orange. After orange is blue, but again, I already wrote down blue. Blue is down here, so I'm going to skip all the way down, past purple, because purple's right here, to yellow. And then lastly, our last color is black. So now I have my axis drawn, and every graph needs a title. So I'm going to title this one Favorite Colors. Because the question was, what is the favorite color of each student in our class? Okay, so now that we have our axis and our title, we can start putting our dots. And dots can be whatever you have. I'm going to be using these little macaroni pastas. You can use marshmallows or M&Ms or Skittles. If you have little beads or if you have coins, whatever you have that's kind of small like this, and you can place on your paper. So for our first dot is our first data point. The first student said red. So I'm going to place a macaroni above red. Our next student said blue, so I'm going to place a macaroni above blue. And it's really important that these line up. I don't want one down here and one up here. That won't help us when we're visualizing this graph. We want them kind of in the same line. So kind of line them up like so. Okay, next is purple. The same thing, it needs to kind of be on the same line horizontally. Next is pink. So I'll put a macaroni on pink. Oh, but then there's another pink. So I put a second macaroni above that pink, because so far we have two people like pink. Alright, next is orange. And then 1, 2, 3 more people like blue. So I'm going to take these 3 macaronis and put them above blue. And same thing, see how these are the second macaroni in each kind of column? They need to line up too. So as best you can, this first row needs to all line up, the second row needs to line up, this third and fourth row, if there's more macaroni, would also need to line up. Okay, after those 3 blues was a purple, so line that up in between my blue and my pink. Next is a yellow, and then a black. And there's my dot plot. Dot plots are really useful for telling us information about frequency, or how often something appears. I can look in this graph and say 1, 2, 3, 4 people in my class like blue, and in fact that's my tallest column. So the majority of people in my class like blue. Only one person likes black, two people like pink, and so on. So this is a way to organize our information and answer questions about frequency. Okay, this is the part where you would take a picture and upload it to Google Classroom. I'm going to do one more example. You have 5 questions you need to do, so 5 different dot plots. I'm just going to do one more. So again, we need a horizontal axis. And this time, our data is talking about how many siblings does each student have in our class. So those are numbers. So this time, I'm going to look at my smallest number, and it looks like my smallest number is 0. So my first tick mark is going to be 0. Put it right here. And it looks like my biggest number is 4. So then I'm going to count up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all my tick marks are equal distance away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my horizontal axis. Now I need a title for my graph. So I'm going to say, call this number of siblings. And then now I'm ready to place my dots. So the first student answered 0, their only child. Next student answered 2. The student after that said 4. Then 2 ones. Another 2. And again, I'm making sure that I'm lining these rows up right next to each other. Next comes a 3. Another 1. Another 0. A 2. And 2 more 3s. So here is my dot plot for the number of siblings. This time, it looks like a lot of our data is equally spaced out. I have 1, 2, and 3 all have 3 people. So 3 people answered 3 siblings, 3 people answered 2 siblings, and 3 people answered 1 sibling. Alright? So again, I would take a picture and upload it to Google Classroom. If you have any questions, I'll be in my office. Feel free to message me, and good luck.